Shalom to the household of faith. Let's begin this lesson by first and foremost give honor, glory, power, praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. We give double honors to our head apostles, the elders, the bishops out of the great millstone that taught us this truth. And salutations, peace to the tabernacle of David, the 144,000, the men you see on the highways making their body a living sacrifice unto our King, our Redeemer, Yahweh Shai. And to the household of faith, brothers and sisters that continue to believe in the testimony of our King, our Redeemer, Yahweh Shai. I pray once again that this message finds all of you in perfect peace as we approach the end of this age. Okay, the end of this age leads to the kingdom. The end of this age is Esau's, the self-proclaimed white man kingdom, being removed by our King, our Redeemer, Yahweh Shai. And this last war, World War III, is the war that's going to bring all these empires to an end. Okay, all these wars are going to bring these empires to an end. Let's go to the book of Zephaniah, talking about the great day of the Lord is near. And nobody have to tell you, we know that Trump yesterday canceled to attend. He canceled his attendance. He was supposed to be at in Bahamas for his son's one of his son's wedding. Okay, so he's back in the White House this morning, and he's about to make an announcement at 4 p.m. today. All indication pointing to the war with Iran being resumed. Okay, so yeah, World War III is at the door, and this is the war that is finally going to end this kingdom. So society as we know is about to collapse. Economies across the world is about to be interrupted, and it's not going to be the same. Everything that we are so used to on this planet here is about to change. Okay, prepare your mind. Some of the stuff that you are so used to doing, internet, into your access to the internet, could be taken away. So prepare your mind for these things. The comfort that we have in this world is about to be taken away from us. Okay, so listen to this. And Zephaniah chapter 1. And we're going to get into let's bring this precept out. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. Okay, this is the Good News translation. It said, the great day of the Lord Yahweh is near, very near and coming fast. That will be a bitter day for even the bravest soldiers will cry out in despair. The Lord says going to be even a bitter day for soldiers. These are you talking about how high ranking military officers, okay, soldiers with weapons. He said they are going to cry. So if soldiers are going to cry, what's going to happen to the average person? Listen to what it says, verse 15. Excuse me. It will be a day of fury, a day of trouble and distress, a day of ruin and destruction, a day of darkness and gloom, a black and cloudy day, a day filled with the sound of war, trumpets, and the battle cry of soldiers attacking fortified cities excuse me, and high towers. That's what the Lord is telling you. Verse 17, it said, the Lord Yahweh says, listen to what the Lord says. The Lord Yahweh says, I will bring such disasters on mankind, okay, that everyone will grope about like someone blind. They have sinned against me, and now their blood will be poured out like water, and their dead bodies will lie rotting on the ground. So this is what the Lord says he's bringing. This is what the Lord says he's bringing. Let's go to this first article. Listen to this now. Haltena is reporting this, and listen to this. It says Trump to make emergency announcement at 4:30 p.m. today. Listen to this. Overnight from Friday into Saturday, there was a widespread surge of U.S. military movement in the Middle East. Okay, and a series of actions leading most observers to believe the Iran war is restarting. At 2:45 a.m. today, okay, the White House revealed the president will make an emergency announcement at 4:30 p.m. Saturday. The president never speaks on weekends unless something serious is happening. Even foreign media have noticed several things. Russia Today, okay, this is one of the foreign media. Russia Today television noted a posting to social media by presidential aide Dan Scavino, okay, showing a 1 second GIF of a B-2 stealth bomber. And RT interprets this posting to mean the Iran war is restarting. Okay, it says Iran war is restarting. This is the post. 1 second. Let's see. Look at it. There you go. 1 second. 1 second. You see that? That's the B-2 bomber. It says Iran airspace completely cleared in repeat of final hours to march war. Pentagon colonel. Hear that? Here it says here March war. It says RT. It says Iran airspace. Let me read this again. Sorry about that. It says Iran airspace completely cleared in repeat of final hours to war. Okay, this is Colonel Douglas McGregor. It's from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Journalist Mark Slapinski posted this interesting take: Iran and Cuba, because America is also threatening to invade Cuba. Okay, yeah, they are threatening to invade Cuba. So we are preparing. These are the disasters that the Lord is bringing upon this earth. But let's read on. It's happening. This is coming from Mark Slapinski, okay, on Twitter. It said a major military escalation by the U.S. Army is imminent. According to multiple sources, expect a major escalation in both Cuba and Iran in the next 24 to 48 hours. Hear what it says here. Now listen to another tweet here. It said, this is from Ryan Rosbiani. It said, every signal is pointing to U.S. war on Iran restarting this weekend. CBS News reports that the Trump administration is actively preparing a fresh round of military strikes against Iran. Defense and intelligence officials have begun updating recall rosters at overseas bases. Okay, so that's what we are looking at. The war restarting. But now listen to this. Okay, this is coming from the Hormuz letter. Breaking. A source close to Iran's Galibaf says Iran's third struggle. It says Iran's third struggle in quotation plan announced by the IRGC, which stands for the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, right? Sorry, Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, will close Bab al-Mandeb Strait by fire and disable the 7 submarine internet cables under the Strait of Hormuz in immediate response to upcoming U.S. strikes that Iran has. Okay, so things are about to get worse, family. So by all available information, it seems to me that the B-2 stealth bombers are probably already in the air. This is what Halterna is saying. The B-2 stealth bombers are probably already in the air from the U.S. to Iran. And now the only thing the rest of us can do is wait to see if and when the massive explosion begin inside Iran. For me personally, I expect it today. That's what Halterna is saying. So he's saying that war is imminent. Now, family, we are at the end. He said we are at the end. The Lord says this. Let's go here to the book of America is doing exactly Joel chapter 2. Joel chapter 2 verse 20. Hear what the Lord says. Joel 2:20. The Lord is the one driving who? America to that region. Joel chapter 2:20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army and will drive him into a land barren and desolate. You look up the word barren in this precept here, it goes into a desert. And you know that whole region, Saudi Arabia, the peninsula, what is it called? The Arabian Peninsula. Indeed, in fact, it is a desert. That's what the Lord is telling you. The Lord tells you before it comes to pass. So barren, the Hebrew word for barren is what? Let's get it.
Strong's H 6723. Siyah. Siyah.
Dryness, drought, desert. So that's where American troops are heading. They are heading into that region, barren and desolate. Okay, and hear what the Lord says. He said, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards what? His face towards the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea. Talking about what the east sea, the Lord is referring to what? The Persian Gulf. And then the west, the hinder sea, it goes into what? Let's go. The hinder part towards the utmost sea, which is the Red Sea. So America is going to be between what? The Red Sea and what? And the Persian Gulf. That whole region. This where family, the action is going to take place. And his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. What is the stink? The dead bodies. Because these soldiers are not coming home. Most of these soldiers are going to end up in the sea, either the Red Sea or the Persian Gulf, and then part of them are going to be the soil. You see, the Lord says their body. You read the book of Joel. Let's jump to Isaiah 34. Hear what the Lord says. Isaiah chapter 34. It says, come here and listen, O nations of the earth. Let the world and everything in it hear my words. Okay. For the Lord Yahweh is enraged against the nations. His fury is against all their armies. You hear that everybody's about to lose their armies in this World War III. It said he will completely destroy them, dooming them to slaughter. Okay, they are dead. They are dead. Listen to what the Lord. Their dead will be left unburied, and the stench of rotten bodies will fill the land. The same thing Joel is saying. Joel 2:20. We just read it. It said the mountains will flow with their blood. That's what is about to happen. Most of these soldiers are going to be part of the soil. Some of them are going to end up in the sea. All right, they are not coming home. This is the last war on this planet here. But let's move on. So the war is about to escalate. Let's play a few minutes of this here from what's his name? Saeed Mohammed, and the professor from Iran. So Professor Marandi appeared on Glenn Deason show this morning. Listen to his take about what is about to happen, because Iran is preparing for war. You see, that's why they closed their airspace. Okay, so they are preparing for a major attack, and they're going to respond. So listen to Professor Saeed Mohammed Marandi on Glenn Deason's show. It says Iran closes its airspace as negotiations fail and the U.S. prepares to strike. Listen to this, family.
Those demands have to be met. We have not carried out aggression. We did not start this war. We even had a ceasefire after the war. You did not abide by your commitments. If you had done so, the global economy wouldn't be where it is today. So it is what it is. And the expectation in Iran is that this will be tough, and that it could either lead to U.S. strikes, another wave of attacks, or it could lead to the United States becoming more flexible in the coming days. Either route is quite plausible, but I think, or possible, but I think that the working assumption in Iran is that there will be war, and that Iran is preparing for war. That's the working assumption. They're not going to be lulled into thinking that we're on the course or the route to peace, because we've had terrible experiences with the United States in the past, and it's not just with Trump. I was on a TV program with a former Obama official, and she was talking about the differences between Trump and Obama. Obama lied to Iran. He cheated with the JCPOA. There were many flaws in that deal, and they used it to the U.S. used it to its advantage. But also before Obama and since the beginning of the revolution, every time the United States and Iran had some sort of dialogue, had some sort of agreement, it was the Americans that betrayed Iran, were dishonest. And so there's great suspicion here. And it could be that as the negotiations are taking place, we'll be attacked. No one is going to put it.
Yeah, this is not the time to talk. Nobody's talking. You can't trust America. Okay, it just is the Lord. This is the time of war. But this is the time of war. Like Ecclesiastes always reminds us. You see, there's a time and place and for everything. Here, let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. It said, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Let's read this in the NLT. It said, for everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven. You see, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up. But we're going to jump to verse 8. It said, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. This is a time of war because the kingdom is ending. This is not the time of peace. Nobody's going to be sitting around the table talking about how, okay, listen, let's all get rid of our nuclear weapons and bring peace upon this earth. That's not the time. That's not the time at all. This is a time of war. We just read it. This is a time of war, and the Lord, Yahweh, it's all about what? It's all about war. Okay, it's all about war, and that's where we are heading to. Before we do that, let's go here. Again, I mentioned it earlier. Iran closes all its airspace, right? Iran closes all its airspace yesterday. So we are preparing for a major escalation in this war here. Now, but before we do that, let's go to here. Let's play this video. And just to show you that, the U.S. defeat in Iran war will change the world. Now, even America hawks admit it. Yeah, everybody can see the writing on the wall. But listen, Trump is going to double down. Trump is going to double down because they cannot see themselves losing. And that is the same thing the Lord did to Pharaoh. You see, the Lord did the same thing to Pharaoh, end up hardening Pharaoh's heart, and the Lord is hardening America, Trump's heart right now. Trump is your modern day Pharaoh. He's hardening his heart. The Lord is hardening his heart so that what? The counsel of the Lord and the purpose of the Lord, that's what's going to stand. It's all about the Lord's magnifying his name once again by the destruction of what? Bringing destruction upon America. Listen to this guy here from Geopolitical Economy. Okay, listen to his take on what is happening to the empire right now. Okay, U.S. defeat in Iran war will change the world. Now even America hawks admit it. Let's few minutes. It's here. Let's go.
It is becoming clearer to people around the world that the United States has been losing the war against Iran, which the U.S. itself started. And this is being discussed not only in foreign countries, but also in Washington, D.C. Today, I'm going to be explaining how neoconservative war hawks in Washington, who were architects of the Iraq War and the wars on Libya and Syria, and who for years advocated for war on Iran, have now reluctantly admitted that the U.S. is losing this war, and it's going to have massive geopolitical repercussions on the entire world, leading to the weakening of the U.S. empire, and not only the strengthening of Iran, but also other countries, including China, Russia, and the global south as a whole. Now, independent anti-war voices like us have already been saying this, but what's incredible is it's now being acknowledged even by warmongers in Washington, D.C., again, who are some of the architects of the Iraq War, like this man I'm showing an image of right now. I'll be discussing who exactly he is and what he's saying in a minute or two here. But a brief summary of his argument is that the U.S. is losing this war against Iran, and this loss is going to have an even bigger geopolitical impact than the U.S. loss in the wars against Vietnam and Afghanistan, and this will transform global geopolitics and will strengthen the position of China and Russia and the global south more broadly, and the role of the U.S. will be weakened around the world.
You see, that's when we come in. The prophets, we come in to tell you that Russia, China, they don't got nest. The Lord is just giving them an opportunity to flex their muscles. Okay, that's what the Lord is just using them to destroy America. Isaiah 14. Let's start from verse 12, verse 11. Isaiah 14. Let's start from verse 10. It says, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? That's what they're looking at America right now. It's America, what happened to you? The hammer of the whole earth. You're supposed to be the most powerful nation, over 850 military bases around the world. At one point, you had the largest economy. So what happened to you? What happened to you? It is because of the Lord. The Lord sets you up, and the Lord gives you a period of time to rule. It reminds us in the book of Job 14:5. The Lord set a bound for you. He allows you to rule for a period of time. And when the time comes, and when the Lord started to bring you down, that's what we are witnessing. The Lord is bringing you down by now removing that aura, the protection that the Lord gave you when the nations were afraid of you. The Lord is saying nobody's afraid of you anymore. Nobody is afraid of you anymore. Lord willing, we're going to get that precept. It said, all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? It said, thy pomp, your pride, okay? It says, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, and the worms spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Decay, weakness. That's what we are witnessing. You have become weak. Okay, now you want to focus on Cuba because you're losing in Iran. You want to feel like you still got it. So now you want to what? Take on Cuba? No. You can't help it. The Lord is not going to help you. It is over. It is over. You're going to try to hold on. That's how you're going to end up being destroyed. Hear what it says. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Lucifer simply means what? A light bearer. Okay, a light bearer. They each all calls themselves the Illuminatis. Okay, let's look up the word Lucifer. Always go into that. It's just a light bearer. Here they call it the elite, the light bearers, your international bankers. Okay, because they are ultimately the one what behind the scene, controlling Trump. It says like, let's go. Lucifer goes into what? Let's get it.
Strong's H 1966. Haleo. Haleo.
Lucifer, light bearer, shining one, morning star. Okay, that's right. So it says of the king of Babylon and Satan. Now that's right. They come in the spirit of Satan, yes, but simply means what? The Illuminatis. Okay, light bearer. Okay, they are the one controlling this world, because this world is given to the hand of the wicked. These are the children of Satan. All right. So now let's move on. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of man? Son of man, you hear that? Son of man, son of the morning. Sorry, it says, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? You are the one that weakened the nation through what? Through your what? Your philosophies. Through your philosophies. Like what? 2 men can get married, 2 women can get married, a boy can change what? His plumbing, a woman can change her plumbing, all type of confusion. You are the one that did it. It says here, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars. I'm going to rule over the Israelites. Okay, those are the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. With your what? Your AI. Your AI. It says what? You're going to be like the Most High. You're going to know everything there is to know about everybody. I'm going to put a microchip in everybody. It says here what the Lord says, verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. Hard time. Hell is what? Condition. Hell is number one, is the grave. And hell is what? Condition play out on this planet here. Like us, we are in our hell because we are not ruling. We are at the bottom of every society. So that is our hell. And the roles are about to be reversed. You are about to go to your hell because our kingdom is coming next after your kingdom is destroyed. So that is what's waiting for you. It says, instead you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest death, because you're going to be at the bottom of every society. It's just the roles are about to be reversed. So America, that's why everybody can see that you are decaying, you are falling. And our job is to continually remind you that you don't have the power that you used to have anymore. But it's nice to tell you, look at what Trump said. Look at it. You see, the Lord is allowing the whole world to see America for what it is. This is your president's statement. Trump saying that what Venezuela, it was never about Maduro, oppressing his people. It's all about the oil. So hear what Trump says. It's nice for you to hear it from their own mouth. The Lord says in Psalm 64, He's going to make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Listen to Trump. We took so much oil from Venezuela that we made 25 times the cost of the war with Iran. You hear that? So he's justifying the stealing of the resources in what? In Venezuela is what is powering, and that's why it's what is what? Financing the attack on Iran. Listen to this. U.S. president's admission of the real reason for the change of power in Venezuela. In a statement to his supporters, U.S. President Trump responded to the cause of the war in Iran by saying that it has been exceeded at least 25 times by the occupation of Venezuela and control of its oil reserves. We have extracted so much oil from Venezuela that we have paid the cost of the war about 25 times. Pam, you know this is all a lie. But it's just nice because Micah chapter 2 reminds us that what? They take land by violence. They take resources. America, Esau, himself proclaimed white man. Everything that he gotten, he stole it. He stole it. He killed people to get it. That's why America itself was built on what? The blood of the saints. That is why the Lord is about to remove America. But it's going to turn America into the lake of fire. America is going to become a vast desert. So Trump is telling you, say, we, America, have extracted so much oil from Venezuela that we have paid the cost of the war about 25 times. He said characteristically. This, of course, means that if the cost of the war is 30 billion, then the profit from Venezuelan oil reaches 750 billion. That's what Trump is saying. Yeah, that's what Trump is saying. That's the video. That's what Trump is saying. That's what your president is saying. Let's get the precept, family. The Lord said first, let's go to Obadiah, right? Obadiah. No, let's go to Habakkuk. Let's do Habakkuk first. I think Habakkuk. Let's go to Habakkuk 2, right? Let's go here. Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 8. It said, because you, America, okay, Babylon the Great, you have plundered many nations. Now all the survivors will plunder you. You hear what the Lord is saying? You are the one. You just told us that, yes, right. You went and took the oil from Venezuela. So the hell with the people that live in Venezuela. The hell with them. Okay, we only care about Americans. And that's why we are white. Okay, we are white. The West, that's why the West need the resources. The hell will everybody else. The Epstein class need those resources so that they can continue to forward their wickedness. He said, because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You see, the Lord is just. That's why the Lord is putting all these nations together, bringing Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, all these nations together to destroy you, to plunder you. That's what is about to happen. You are not winning this World War III. World War III is going to result in the end of your empire. Okay? He said, because you have plundered many nations, now all the survivors will plunder you. You committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the towns with violence. He said, what sorrow awaits you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You're building golf courses. That's why you're manipulating the stock market. All the Trump inner circles, all the people surrounding Trump, they are making billions. That's why they are making money. Billions of dollars. Since this man took office, he has probably doubled what? His net worth. But guess what? The Lord says, you ain't going to enjoy it. Because Habakkuk chapter 2 verse, actually it's the same chapter. We're going to reach there. We're going to read on. It said, what sorrow awaits you, you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly. You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. But listen to what the Lord says. But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name and forfeited your life. The very stones, okay, this building's here, because what? The way you went around the world, pillaging, raping, stealing, and you still benefiting from slave trade, that's why all these institutions that you set up, all these banks, all stem from what? The transatlantic slave trade. That's right. Insurance companies. That's why it's all stem from what? They are the transatlantic slave trade. Hear what the Lord says. It said the very stones in the walls cry out against you. They cry out against you. Because, yeah, speaking metaphorically, but guess what? The way you went about building those houses was what? Through what? Pain, suffering you brought upon what? Our nations. Christopher Columbus will tell you it was the slaves that he was taking from the North Americas and selling them through Europe, and all the resources from America. That's what builds Europe today, the so-called Europe. Germany, Spain, all those regions. That's why the slaves, the blood of the saint, build those regions. You hear that? It said the very stones in the walls cry out against you, and the beams in the ceilings echo the complaint. It said here, listen to this, verse 12. What sorrow awaits you who build cities? You build cities. Isn't America? America was built on what? The blood of the saints. Europe, Germany, UK. All this, it said, hear what the Lord says. What sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption? When your so-called founding fathers, when they came to the Americas, what did they do to the tribes? Our brothers and sisters. What did they do to what did they do to them? Oh, that's right. They took them, they moved them, and they took their lands. They killed them. They killed them. They raped them. They terrorized them. That's right. This is what you did. That's what the Lord says. The Lord says, what sorrow awaits you who build cities with money gained through murder and corruption? That's America. That's the majority of this Western countries. That's the majority of this Western countries. It says, has not the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes? That's what everything is about to be reduced to. The Lord is about to turn all your riches into what? Ashes. It says, has not the Lord Yahweh of heaven's army promised that the wealth of nations will turn to ashes? They work so hard, but all in vain. That's what is coming. All in vain. So Trump out there bragging about what? They took the Venezuelan oil. Oh, family, the Lord said the joy of the hypocrite is only for what? A moment. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's right. And we know Ukraine did a number of, family, what Ukraine did to that boarding school in Russia. Family, prepare yourself. This war is about to escalate. Family, we are at the end. Things are about to get worse across Europe, across the Western world, America. Listen to this. Ukrainian use Starlink. Yesterday, like I said, a boarding school was attacked by Ukrainian drones. And Putin came out and made a statement because it's the West that is supplying all the data using Starlink to support Iran, because that's what Starlink belongs to who? Elon Musk, right? So yeah, Russia is not just looking at Ukraine. Russia is looking at America sideways. Now you know why the Lord says it's going to stir up the Medes against Babylon. Everything is coming together beautifully. Ukrainian used Starlink-equipped drones in attack on Russian college in Luhansk. The death toll has risen to 10, while many remain missing. Your Russian authorities say the Ukrainian drones used in the attack on the college in the Luhansk region were equipped with Starlink satellite communication system. It says here, according to what they report, a serial number was recovered from one of the propeller sections, while remains of the Starlink terminal were found among the debris, which, as they claim, was used to guide the drones to the target. You can't make this up. So yeah, family, we are waiting for Russians' response. The world as we know it is about to change. Stay prayed up. Okay, stay prayed up. The kingdom is coming. The kingdom is coming. Listen to this. He said, now preparing for Russian attack. United Kingdom leads NATO war drill from London Tube Station. Everybody's preparing. The UK, listen to this. NATO forces have transformed a London underground station into a temporary underground headquarters as they rehearse deep strike missions against Russia in the event a member state comes under attack. So they're all hiding. They know what is coming. The Lord told you. They know Russia is going to respond. So now they are preparing. United Kingdom, UK is preparing an attack against who? Russia. Just in case Russia hits a NATO member. NATO stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which says that if a member is attacked, the rest of what? The 31 members will come to the defense of the nation that got attacked. So yeah, we are in the midst of World War III. It's going to get worse. In a major escalation of war preparedness measures, the United Kingdom led NATO allied Rapid Reaction Corps relocated key military operation to a disused platform at Charing Cross Tube Station. The exercise, known as Operation Arcade Strike, is designed to test NATO's ability to deploy electronic warfare tactics, disrupt Russian communications, and neutralize Kremlin drones should Moscow launch an invasion of a Baltic nation. So here we are. Oh yeah, we are here. We are here, and we thank the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for hearing our cries. Because family, we are tired, we are exhausted, and we are exhausted. We are exhausted, man. We want the kingdom. We want the kingdom. We want the kingdom. All right, we want the kingdom, and that time is fast approaching. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. I just want to bring something quick out, feed the sheep, and to remind you to keep praying and keep fasting to the best of your ability. Keep repenting. The key word is repenting, repenting, repenting. Our kingdom is next. So Trump is making an announcement this afternoon at 4. Okay, maybe the strike will begin before the announcement. Who knows, family? But we're gonna keep eye, and we're gonna keep eye on the news. And Lord willing, family, things speed up for us. Okay, things speed up. Just keep praying and asking the Lord to cut the time short. Okay, ask the Lord to cut the time short for us. All right, the Lord, cry unto the Lord. They also give him no rest until Isaiah 62 verse 6. It says, give him no rest until what? He make Jerusalem a praise upon this earth, until we are changed, until we get what? Our kingdom. Our kingdom is coming. Okay, our kingdom is coming. This is the birth pain. You know, we are in the birth pain. You know, but eventually that we will be delivered. Let's do this. Let's go to Micah chapter 4. Let's read Micah chapter. Let's go to Micah 4. Micah chapter 4. Hear what the Lord said. Micah 4. Let's start from verse. Yeah, let's start from here. Man, let's start from verse. Let's start from verse 8. Micah chapter 4, verse 8. And thou, O tower of the flock. Okay, tower of the flock. The stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. See, the elect are going to be ruling with Yahweh Shai for that first 1,000 years. Okay, we are the tower of the flock. That's the elect. They're going to be ruling with Yahweh Shai for the first 1,000 years. Okay, this is for the elect. Let's go on. It says, and thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem. Verse 9. Now, why dost thou cry out aloud? Is there no king in thee? Is thy counselor perish? For pangs have taken thee as a woman in travail. That's what we are going through right now. Pain. You know, tired, exhausted. Okay, but hear what the Lord says. Be in pain. Okay, the Lord said, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, okay, and thou shalt dwell in the field. The field represents the world, because the Lord scattered us among all nations. And here, and then listen to this now. And thou shalt go even to Babylon, America. There, in America, there shalt thou be delivered. We're going to be delivered from America. Majority of the deliverance is going to take place in America and all over the world, wherever the elect are. Okay? It says here, to Babylon, and there, sorry, let's read that again. It says, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. You see, that's what is about to happen to us. Yahweh willing, we are among the numbers. So family, I'm going to leave it there. Once again, I pray that this message continually finds all of you in perfect peace. Shalom, 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 shalom. The water.
Man, I wish I could take 2 home, but you know. Oh no.
See that?
No. Hey, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
That made me upset. Just to communicate that with you. But yeah, it was a joke, but it wasn't a funny joke at all. This is about picking your match. And so I thought that we had like a connection. I saw that we were making eye contact. And I wanted you to kind of be certain about which one of us you were going to pick. I understand that it's hard, but to express that you want to take 2 women home, that was just a no-go for me. I want my man confident, like, no, I want her. But you look great, and you are my type. I love 6'7". I'm 6 foot.
I mean, do you want it back or?
I'm okay, thank you.
She's someone that's your type?
Yes, of course.
Do you have an ultimate career goal?
Ultimate career goal is building a business right now.
Excellent.
Are you good or you?
I'm good.
Okay. Is it a yes for you for him? Yes. And is it a yes?